Hi, I'm Shelby Ovison. I'm 19 years old and I have Tourette syndrome. I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome when I was 17 years old. And I was only self-diagnosed at the time because earlier that year I started to show signs of it. And we kind of knew what it was because my sister also has Tourette syndrome and my dad has Tourette's too. And so my sister was diagnosed when she was about 16, 17. Nora started to have these movements and we had no clue what they were, and she didn't know she was doing them half the time. Which is with Tourette's is what we do. Sometimes we don't even know what we're doing. And I know I found myself doing stuff I had no clue. Like, I twirl my finger and sometimes I don't even know I'm doing it. Obviously I know I'm doing it now because I'm showing you guys, but yeah. When I was finally diagnosed by a doctor with Tourette syndrome, I felt so relieved that I knew what was going on and that it actually was Tourette's. But also I was scared. Because earlier like a few weeks before I actually was diagnosed by the doctor, I told my friends and they started to react like I was some different person than who they actually knew. They started to keep stuff from me. They would just look at me differently, and it really hurt my feelings. And I just felt like an outcast, and that I was the only person in the world with Tourette's, and which I knew I wasn't because obviously my sister has it and my dad have it, but I seriously felt so alone during that time. And obviously my Tourette's aren't so bad as they used to be. We do have some video clips of me ticking. One of them is, they were filmed on the same night, but one of them is more showing of the vocal and the other is more of the physical tics. Now, not everyone who has Tourette syndrome has those things, because everyone with Tourette's has different tics, what's the word I'm looking for? Different forms of Tourette's and stuff. And so what you see me doing, you may not see other people do. So don't think that what I'm doing, that's what everyone with Tourette syndrome does, because it is not. Like I said, everyone does different things. And it's different in everyone. So yeah.
Bye. It's just so mean. Just so much. You know it's not good.
Also with Tourette syndrome, a lot of people think it is a swearing disorder. That is part of Tourette's, but it has a name called coprolalia, I think is how you say it. And only 10% of people with Tourette syndrome actually have it. So it is very rare to have that. There's also a form of Tourette's called echolalia, where you repeat stuff that you see or hear, like an echo, like echo, 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 like you're repeating it. I know I have it, and it can be fun, but it's just not fun to have. Big into performing, and I love to sing, I love to act, I love to dance.
Horses prance through a silver storm, figures dancing gracefully across my memory. In that sequence I struck my step, you'll be on your feet. I was born to sing and dance. Then we showed Cinderella had got to come from. Coquetella, my sorrow right, like bubbles in champagne. Tell me the reason I am so far from home. Tell me the reason only birds can fly. Tell me the reason I was born just to die.
Back in December of 2015, I had an amazing opportunity to go audition for the producers of America's Got Talent. Even though I did not make the TV cut, I still tried, and that's what matters. So, it is one of my dreams to be a Disney princess in Disneyland. The Disney princess I really want to be is Snow White, because she is just amazing and she's beautiful. I mean, all of the Disney princesses are beautiful, but she is one of my favorites, and I can sound like her.
Wanna know a secret? Promise not to tell. We are standing by a wishing well. Make a wish into
Party Princess Company with my friend. She does Elsa, and I dress up like Anna, and we also do other princesses, but the main popular ones so far have been Anna and Elsa.
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go.
And it is so much fun. Like, of course all the little girls love Elsa the most because she has powers, but let's face it, it's pretty much Anna's movie, so yeah. But it's a lot of fun. When I was first diagnosed with Tourette's, I was so saddened because it meant that I'd have less of a chance of getting a Disney princess in Disneyland, because at the time my tics were so bad I mean, now they've pretty much calmed a lot, but that's because I've learned how to kind of not necessarily control them, but disguise them and stuff. So when I started my princess company, it was to prove to myself that no matter what I have going on, like, no matter what I have, I can actually follow my dreams and become what I want to be and do what I want to do, which is be a Disney princess in Disneyland or be on Broadway, which the Broadway dream is might never happen, but the Disney princess one, I'd have a more high of a chance at doing that, because like I said, I get to dress up like Princess Anna for kids' parties and be a Disney princess. So that's pretty much the same thing, only a little different. So when I was first diagnosed, that year that I got diagnosed in 2014, I started to have a really hard time, because at first I did not know anyone else besides my sister or dad that had Tourette syndrome, and then I learned there are so many people. There's Tim Howard, I think, a soccer player has Tourette syndrome. I can't remember his name because I'm not big into sports. And there's this librarian who actually wrote a book called The World's Strongest Librarian. And that year, well, it was that summer, me and my mom actually went up and got to meet this librarian because he works at a library here in Utah. And we went there, and luckily he was there, and we talked with him, and he was looking at me, and he's like, yeah, you do have Tourette's, and we were talking, and it was just, I had never felt more accepted in my life than when I was talking with him. And he actually gave me his email address and a phone number that I can get a hold of him if I ever needed someone to talk to, if I was having a really hard day with Tourette's and just needed someone to talk to. And that really opened my mind, and we heard about this group. It's called the Tourette Syndrome Association Group of Utah. There's other places that do it too. And we went to it a few times. And my second time going, there was this girl who was my age, and she actually had the coprolalia, but it was really nice getting to meet someone my age that actually had Tourette syndrome. And even though I have no clue where she is, or can't even remember her name, she has no clue how much she helped me that day by telling how she was, her story and stuff. And like I said, it was very touching to me to see how everyone was so accepting, and I had never felt accepted in my life. Then when I was in that group, and if any of you guys are watching this, that we're actually in the group, know how happy I am that I got to meet you and how much you guys touched my life. Even though I only went there like 3 or 4 times, it was just so amazing. And if the librarian is watching this, I want to say thank you to him for what he did. I kind of made this so that anyone who has Tourette syndrome, who thinks they're alone, or that they can't follow their dreams or do what they want to do because they have Tourette's, it's not true. You can do anything. You can be anything you want to be and do anything you want to do. And you shouldn't let anyone stand in your way or anything stand in your way. Because, you know, yeah. So, thank you, guys, for watching this. And sharing it. It means a lot. And I really like raising awareness about this, about Tourette syndrome. So let's share this together and let people know that they are not alone. And that you can do whatever you set your mind to. I've learned that a lot in my little journey that I've had with Tourette's. I love you guys.